I don't think people understand just how risky bottled water can be. We all reach for it, trusting the labels and the promises of purity. But what if I told you that the water you're drinking could actually be poison? It sounds shocking, but every year, millions of people, unknowingly, put their health at risk with every sip. Bottled water is sold as the ultimate symbol of safety, crystal clear, straight from untouched springs, and free from anything harmful. But the truth is far more complicated and, in some cases, downright alarming. In this video, we're exposing the bottled water brands you should never drink, and the few you actually can trust. Did you know Americans buy over 15 billion gallons of bottled water every year, spending more than $18 billion? Globally, bottled water is a $300 billion industry, and its popularity keeps growing. But not all that water is as pure as you think. In fact, the bottled water industry is less regulated than you might expect, with oversight often falling short compared to municipal tap water standards. We spent months testing and researching these brands, and the results are shocking. In one study, over 25% of bottled water tested contained contaminants above legal limits or industry standards. Unlike tap water, which is regulated by the EPA and must be tested hundreds of times per month, bottled water is regulated by the FDA, which requires far less frequent testing and reporting. This means dangerous substances can slip through the cracks. Some of the biggest names are hiding health risks: arsenic, E. coli, and cancer-causing forever chemicals, like PFAS. Arsenic, a toxic element linked to cancer and heart disease, has been found in several popular brands. PFAS, or forever chemicals, are industrial compounds that can build up in your body and have been associated with immune system problems and developmental issues. In 2020, a major brand was recalled after tests found dangerous levels of arsenic, and in another case, bottled water was linked to an E. coli outbreak that sickened dozens. These are not isolated incidents. Contamination can happen at the source, during bottling, or even from the plastic bottles themselves. You might be paying for water that's worse than your tap. In fact, studies have shown that nearly half of all bottled water is just filtered tap water, sometimes with even more contaminants. The Natural Resources Defense Council found that some bottled water brands had higher levels of bacteria and chemicals than what comes out of your faucet. And while tap water is required to disclose its source and quality reports, bottled water companies often keep this information secret. We'll count down the 25 worst bottled water brands, and I guarantee some will surprise you. Brands you see every day could be putting your health at risk. Some of these brands have been cited for repeated violations, while others have faced recalls or lawsuits for misleading claims about purity. I'll show you the proof: recalls, lawsuits, and all. In recent years, lawsuits have forced several companies to admit their water wasn't as safe as advertised. In some cases, companies paid millions in settlements after consumers got sick, or after independent labs found dangerous chemicals. These legal battles have forced the industry to confront its problems, but many issues remain hidden from the public. But don't worry, I'll also reveal the 10 cleanest, safest bottled waters you can trust. Brands that go above and beyond to ensure purity. These companies invest in advanced filtration, transparent testing, and third-party certifications to guarantee their water's truly safe. Let's get into it. Kicking off our list at number 25 is Starkey Spring Water, a brand owned and sold exclusively by Whole Foods Market, a retailer celebrated for its focus on health, quality, and transparency. Starkey Spring Water was positioned as a premium, pure spring water, often carrying a higher price tag than many other brands. But beneath the upscale branding, Starkey was recalled several times after both independent and government tests found it contained dangerous levels of arsenic, well above the federal limit of 10 parts per billion. Some samples even reached 12 or 18 parts per billion, levels considered unsafe for drinking. The FDA and Consumer Reports issued warnings, and Whole Foods had to remove the product from shelves on multiple occasions. Arsenic is a naturally occurring element, but it's highly toxic when consumed, especially over time. Chronic exposure has been linked to serious health issues, including several cancers, heart disease, and developmental problems in children. Both the World Health Organization and the EPA classify arsenic as a major public health risk, making its presence in bottled water especially concerning for consumers who expect safety and regulation. The recalls triggered widespread outrage, with many customers shocked that a trusted, health-focused retailer like Whole Foods could sell contaminated water. Social media was flooded with complaints, and advocacy groups demanded stricter regulations and greater transparency in the bottled water industry. Many felt betrayed, especially after paying a premium for what they believed was a safer, higher quality product. This situation is a powerful reminder that a fancy label and a high price don't guarantee safety. The repeated issues with Starkey spring water have left many questioning the reliability of so-called premium bottled water brands, even those from stores known for promoting healthy living. It underscores the need for independent testing, regulatory oversight, and consumer vigilance when it comes to something as vital as drinking water. And as we move through our list, you'll see that Starkey isn't the only brand raising serious concerns. Number 24 is Peñafiel, a popular bottled water brand that's been widely distributed in both Mexico and the United States for years. Owned by beverage giant Keurig Dr. Pepper, Peñafiel was marketed as a safe and refreshing choice for families and individuals alike. But in June 2019, the brand was rocked by a major scandal. Independent laboratory tests, commissioned by the nonprofit Center for Environmental Health, found that Peñafiel bottled water contained arsenic levels nearly double the legal limit set by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. The legal limit for arsenic in bottled water is 10 parts per billion, but some Peñafiel samples tested as high as 17 parts per billion. The discovery triggered immediate concern. Keurig Dr. Pepper responded by halting all U.S. shipments of Peñafiel and issuing a voluntary withdrawal of the product from store shelves. In their official statement, the company claimed they were committed to ensuring the safety and quality of our products, and promised to improve their filtration processes to remove arsenic from future batches. Despite these assurances, consumers were left deeply worried. Arsenic is a toxic element that can accumulate in the body over time. Long-term exposure, even at low levels, is linked to serious health problems, including skin lesions, various types of cancer, cardiovascular disease, and developmental issues in children. The World Health Organization and the EPA both warn that no level of arsenic exposure is truly safe. The scandal not only shattered trust in Peñafiel, but also raised broader questions about the safety of bottled water in general. It highlighted how even major brands backed by powerful corporations can put public health at risk, sometimes failing to act quickly enough to protect consumers. The incident sparked widespread outrage, with calls for stricter regulations and more transparent testing in the bottled water industry. Number 23 on our list is Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water, a brand that found itself at the center of a shocking environmental scandal. The company was hit with millions of dollars in fines after authorities discovered that they had illegally dumped more than 23,000 gallons of arsenic-contaminated wastewater. Instead of sending this toxic waste to a proper treatment facility, Crystal Geyser bypassed regulations and released it directly into the environment, putting countless lives at risk. This wasn't just a mistake or oversight, it was a deliberate criminal act. Both the company and two of its managers were charged in federal court for knowingly violating environmental protection laws. The charges included conspiracy and illegal disposal of hazardous waste, highlighting the seriousness of their actions. The illegal dumping allowed arsenic, a highly toxic element linked to cancer and other serious health problems, to seep into local waterways. This contamination threatened not only wildlife, but also the health of nearby communities who rely on these water sources. The incident sparked outrage among environmental groups and raised serious questions about the company's commitment to safety and transparency. If a company is willing to break the law and endanger public health just to cut corners, what does that say about the quality and safety of the water they're bottling and selling to consumers? It's a stark reminder to always research where your water comes from, and to think twice before trusting the label. Number 22 is Kroger Purified Drinking Water, a popular choice for many shoppers. But is it really worth your money? Purified just means it's essentially bottled tap water, often with leftover chemical residues from the municipal treatment process. In fact, Kroger's own label admits the water is sourced from municipal supplies. This means the water you're buying is the same as what comes out of your tap at home, just with a few extra steps of filtration. Independent lab tests have found trace contaminants like chlorine byproducts and microplastics that remain from municipal water treatment. Experts warn that these residues, while usually within legal limits, can still pose health risks over time. Chlorine byproducts, for instance, have been linked to various health issues, including an increased risk of cancer. Many consumers have reported odd tastes and even unpleasant odors. This could be due to the presence of these trace contaminants. You're paying extra for misleading marketing and potentially unsafe water in a plastic bottle, when you could just use a home filter for better results. Home filtration systems can effectively remove many of these contaminants, providing you with cleaner and safer drinking water at a fraction of the cost. Number 21 on our list is Walmart's Great Value Bottled Water, a brand that's popular for its low price and wide availability. But behind the bargain price, there's a serious concern. Independent tests have revealed that Great Value water contains high levels of PFAS, short for per, and polyfluoroalkyl substances, often called forever chemicals. These are synthetic compounds used in products like non-stick cookware, stain-resistant fabrics, and firefighting foams. What makes PFAS so troubling is that they don't break down naturally, either in the environment or inside our bodies. Over time, they can accumulate, leading to a range of health problems. Studies, including a major investigation by Consumer Reports, have found PFAS in Walmart's bottled water at levels that exceed what many health experts and advocacy groups consider safe. These chemicals have been linked to serious health risks, including certain cancers, hormone disruption, immune system suppression, and developmental issues in children. The concern is so great that both the EPA and FDA have begun reviewing their guidelines, with the EPA proposing much stricter limits for PFAS in drinking water nationwide. So, while it might be tempting to save a few dollars by choosing the cheapest bottled water, the hidden cost could be your health. PFAS contamination is a long-term problem. These chemicals can linger in your system for years, and the effects may not show up until much later. When it comes to bottled water, it's worth paying attention to what's really inside the bottle, not just the price tag. Number 20 is Real Water, a brand that shocked the nation and made headlines across several states for all the wrong reasons. In 2020, Real Water, which marketed itself as a premium alkaline water, was linked to a serious hepatitis outbreak. Hepatitis is a dangerous inflammation of the liver, and in this case, dozens of people, including children and entire families, suffered from severe liver failure. The majority of cases were reported in Nevada, but the impact quickly spread to neighboring regions, raising alarm bells nationwide. The outbreak was so severe that it prompted a massive nationwide recall of all Real Water products. The company was forced to halt its operations entirely, as both the FDA and CDC launched urgent investigations to determine the source of the contamination. The recall included every size and type of Real Water, from home delivery jugs to single-serve bottles found in stores. Public health officials quickly issued urgent warnings, advising everyone to avoid drinking, cooking with, or even touching Real Water products. Stores across the country rapidly pulled the bottles from their shelves, and the company faced multiple lawsuits from affected families. This incident is a terrifying reminder that even bottled water, often assumed to be safe, can unexpectedly become a major public health crisis, putting entire communities at risk when safety standards are not strictly followed. Number 19 on our list is Waiakea Hawaiian Volcanic Water, a brand that has built its reputation on luxury, sustainability, and the allure of its volcanic origins in Hawaii. Waiakea markets itself as a premium water, filtered through thousands of feet of volcanic rock, and claims to offer naturally alkaline water with a unique mineral profile. Despite this high-end image and the company's emphasis on purity, Waiakea faced a major setback when certain batches of its bottled water were recalled due to contamination. Independent testing and routine quality checks revealed that some bottles contained levels of harmful bacteria that exceeded federal safety standards, posing a potential health risk to consumers. The company's marketing promised unmatched purity and exceptional quality, but the reality was quite different for affected batches. This incident highlights the gap that can exist between a brand's image and the actual safety of its product, especially in the premium bottled water market. It's important to remember that even premium and luxury bottled water brands are not immune to serious quality control issues. In fact, the bottled water industry as a whole has faced multiple recalls over the years, often due to lapses in sanitation or bottling processes. In Waiakea's case, the contamination was traced back to a specific point in the bottling process where sanitation protocols failed, allowing bacteria to enter the water. The bacteria found included strains that can cause gastrointestinal illness, especially in people with weakened immune systems. In response to the incident, Kia issued a public apology, initiated a voluntary recall of the affected batches, and promised to overhaul their quality control measures. The company stated that it would implement stricter testing and sanitation protocols to ensure that such contamination would not happen again, aiming to restore consumer trust and uphold the standards they advertise. Number 18 on our list is Topo Chico, a sparkling mineral water brand that's become incredibly popular in recent years, especially among younger consumers and cocktail enthusiasts. What many people don't realize is that Topo Chico is actually owned by Coca-Cola, one of the world's largest beverage companies. In 2020, Consumer Reports conducted an extensive investigation into the safety of bottled water brands sold in the United States. They tested 47 different bottled waters for PFAS, or per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, which are a group of man-made chemicals often called forever chemicals, because they don't break down in the environment or the human body. These chemicals have been linked to a range of health problems, including cancer, liver damage, and immune system issues. Shockingly, Topo Chico was found to have one of the highest PFAS levels among all brands tested, measuring 9.76 parts per trillion. For context, many health experts and advocacy groups recommend that PFAS levels in drinking water should be below 1 part per trillion, and some states have set legal limits as low as 5 parts per trillion. This means Topo Chico's PFAS content was nearly double or even 10 times higher than what is considered safe by some standards. When these findings were made public, they caused a wave of outrage and concern among Topo Chico's loyal fan base. Social media platforms were flooded with posts from disappointed customers, many of whom had trusted the brand for its refreshing taste and supposed purity. Some even called for boycotts or demanded that Coca-Cola take immediate action to address the contamination. In response to the backlash, Coca-Cola released a statement acknowledging the test results and promising to take steps to reduce PFAS levels in Topo Chico. They claim to have updated their filtration processes and said that more recent batches of Topo Chico now contain lower levels of these chemicals. However, many consumers remain skeptical, pointing out that there is still no federal legal limit for PFAS in bottled water, and that companies are largely left to self-regulate. The Topo Chico case is a powerful reminder that even beloved trendy brands can be hiding dangerous contaminants. It's crucial to stay informed, read independent test results, and not assume that a popular label guarantees safety. Always check for the latest information before choosing your bottled water. Number 17 on our list is Kroger Carbonated Water, a popular budget-friendly seltzer found in many grocery stores across the country. Just like their still water, independent laboratory tests have repeatedly detected PFAS, short for per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, often called forever chemicals, in Kroger's carbonated water. PFAS are a group of man-made chemicals that are extremely persistent in the environment and the human body, meaning they don't break down and can accumulate over time. The issue isn't limited to just one product. Both Kroger's still and sparkling water options have tested positive for PFAS contamination, suggesting a systemic problem with the company's water sourcing or filtration processes. This raises serious questions about how thoroughly Kroger is monitoring and treating its water before it reaches consumers. In response to growing concerns, regulatory agencies like the EPA have started to take action. The EPA has recently set much stricter limits for PFAS in drinking water, citing mounting evidence that these chemicals are linked to a range of health risks, including certain cancers, immune system suppression, thyroid problems, and developmental issues in children. The agency has also issued public warnings and is pushing for more rigorous testing and cleanup efforts nationwide. For consumers, this means that even when you're trying to make a healthy choice, by picking up a bottle of seltzer or still water, you could unknowingly be exposing yourself and your family to dangerous industrial chemicals. It's a reminder to look beyond the label and stay informed about what's really in your water. Number 16 is Niagara Bottling, one of the largest private label bottled water suppliers in the United States. Founded in 1963, Niagara has grown from a small family business into a massive operation with over 30 bottling plants nationwide. They process and distribute billions of bottles every year, making them a backbone of the bottled water industry. They produce water for countless store brands. If you've bought bottled water at a supermarket, there's a good chance it came from Niagara. Their clients include major retailers like Walmart, Costco, Safeway, and Target, who sell Niagara's water under their own labels. This means the same water can appear under dozens of different brand names, making it nearly impossible for the average consumer to know its true source. When something goes wrong here, it goes wrong everywhere, impacting millions of consumers across the country. Because Niagara supplies so many brands, a single issue at one of their plants can lead to widespread shortages and confusion as stores scramble to pull affected products from their shelves. In 2015, Niagara had to recall millions of bottles after E. coli was traced to one of their spring sources, sparking a nationwide scare. The contamination was discovered during routine testing, and the recall affected water bottled during a specific 2-week period at 2 Pennsylvania plants. The incident forced retailers across multiple states to remove products from their shelves, and the story made national headlines. E. coli is a type of bacteria that can cause severe illness, especially dangerous for children, the elderly, and those with weakened immune systems. Symptoms can include stomach cramps, diarrhea, vomiting, and in extreme cases, kidney failure. The presence of E. coli in bottled water is a serious public health risk, and even a small contamination can have major consequences. Exactly what you don't want in your water. Many consumers had to throw out their bottled water and scramble for safe alternatives. For families who rely on bottled water for drinking, cooking, and even making baby formula, the recall created panic and inconvenience, highlighting just how much trust people place in these products. Mass production means a single problem can affect dozens of brands, making recalls even more widespread and confusing. Since Niagara's water is sold under so many different names, consumers often don't realize their favorite brand is actually part of a much larger system, and may not see the recall warnings right away. It's a huge vulnerability in the bottled water supply chain. One mistake at Niagara can ripple out to stores and homes nationwide. With such a centralized system, the safety of millions depends on the quality controls at just a handful of facilities. This incident serves as a reminder to always check the source of your bottled water and to stay informed about recalls that could affect your health. Number 15 is Deer Park, a brand that's been around for generations and built a reputation as a wholesome, trustworthy choice. Many people remember seeing Deer Park bottles at family gatherings, picnics, and school events, and the brand's marketing has always leaned heavily on images of pristine springs and untouched nature. But beneath that familiar image, there are some serious concerns you should know about. Over the years, independent lab tests and consumer advocacy groups have repeatedly found PFAS, so-called forever chemicals, in Deer Park's water. PFAS are a group of man-made chemicals linked to serious health risks, including cancer, hormone disruption, and immune system problems. These chemicals are extremely persistent in the environment and the human body, which means they can accumulate over time. Despite the natural spring branding and the healthy outdoorsy image they promote, Deer Park has not been able to guarantee that their water is free from these contaminants. Deer Park has also faced criticism in the past for inconsistent water quality and a lack of transparency about their sources. In some cases, the company has been vague about exactly where their water comes from, and reports have surfaced of water being sourced from locations near industrial sites. Now owned by Blue Triton, which was formerly part of Nestlé Waters North America, the brand's history includes consumer lawsuits over misleading labeling and environmental concerns about over-extraction from local springs. Environmental groups have accused Deer Park and its parent companies of depleting natural resources and contributing to plastic pollution. They're selling an image of purity while delivering water tainted with industrial pollutants and questionable sourcing practices. Remember, a long-standing reputation and clever marketing don't guarantee your safety or the safety of the environment. Always check for independent test results and demand transparency from your bottled water brands. Number 14 is Tourmaline Spring. Tourmaline Spring built its reputation on bold claims, marketing their water as sacred living plasma, contaminant-free, and even calling it the purest water on Earth. Their website and promotional materials painted a picture of pristine, untouched springs in Maine, promising miraculous health benefits and featuring glowing testimonials from satisfied customers. But behind the marketing, the reality was very different. Independent lab tests conducted by watchdog groups and journalists found that Tourmaline Spring water contained PFAS, also known as forever chemicals. PFAS are a group of synthetic compounds linked to serious health risks, including cancer, immune system suppression, and developmental issues. These chemicals are notorious for persisting in the environment and accumulating in the human body over time. Despite Tourmaline Springs' repeated assurances of purity and safety, the presence of PFAS in their bottled water directly contradicted their claims. This is a stark reminder that extreme marketing language, especially promises of absolute purity, can sometimes be a red flag. When a brand insists their product is the purest on earth, it's worth digging deeper and demanding real evidence, because the truth can be far less reassuring than the advertising suggests. Number 13 is Ice Mountain. Despite its crisp, mountain-inspired branding, Ice Mountain bottled water has come under scrutiny for its actual purity. Independent lab tests, including those reported by Consumer Reports, have detected the presence of PFAS, per, and polyfluoroalkyl substances in several samples of Ice Mountain water. PFAS are a group of man-made chemicals that have been linked to a range of health issues, including immune system effects, hormone disruption, and even increased risk of certain cancers. According to recent scientific studies, some Ice Mountain samples have exceeded the EPA's proposed limits for PFAS in drinking water. The Environmental Protection Agency has set these limits in response to growing evidence that even low levels of PFAS can accumulate in the body over time, potentially leading to long-term health risks. This means that regular consumers of Ice Mountain may be exposed to more PFAS than is considered safe by current scientific standards. Beyond the chemical concerns, Ice Mountain has also faced lawsuits and public backlash over its water extraction practices. Environmental groups have accused the brand of depleting local water sources and causing ecological harm, particularly in areas where natural springs are being tapped for bottling. These legal battles and protests highlight not only the potential risks to water purity, but also the broader sustainability issues tied to the brand. For consumers, this means Ice Mountain is problematic on two fronts: questionable purity and significant environmental impact. Number 12 is Arrowhead. Arrowhead, a brand owned by Blue Triton Brands, has been at the center of controversy for years due to its water extraction practices in California. The company has faced multiple lawsuits for illegally siphoning millions of gallons of water from public land in the San Bernardino National Forest, even during some of the state's worst droughts. Investigations revealed that Arrowhead continued to operate without valid permits for decades, drawing water from springs that are vital to local ecosystems and wildlife. In 2021, a California judge ordered Arrowhead to stop diverting water from these springs, citing the lack of legal authorization and the environmental damage caused. This sparked outrage among environmentalists, indigenous groups, and local communities, who argue that Arrowhead's actions have contributed to water shortages and ecological harm. Despite these serious violations and ongoing legal battles, Arrowhead continues to market itself as an eco-friendly brand. Their bottles feature green labels, images of pristine nature, and claims of sustainability. However, these marketing tactics are misleading, what's known as greenwashing, because the company's actual practices contradict their environmental messaging. Critics point out that Arrowhead's extraction methods deplete natural resources and harm sensitive habitats, making their sustainability claims highly questionable. In addition to legal and environmental concerns, Arrowhead's bottled water has also tested positive for PFAS chemicals, harmful substances linked to health risks like cancer and hormone disruption. The presence of these contaminants, combined with the company's disregard for permits and environmental responsibility, has led to widespread calls for boycotts and stricter regulation. Ultimately, Arrowhead fails to meet basic standards for ethics, environmental stewardship, and consumer safety, making it a brand to avoid. Number 11 on our list is Nestlé Pure Life, a brand you've probably seen everywhere, from the US to Europe, Asia, and beyond. It's one of the most globally recognized bottled waters, sold in over 40 countries and marketed as a symbol of purity and health. But what's really inside the bottle? Despite the name, Nestlé Pure Life is often just filtered municipal tap water. In many regions, the water is sourced straight from local supplies, then run through basic filtration and bottled. But here's the problem. Multiple independent tests have found that Nestlé Pure Life contains concerning levels of PFAS, also known as forever chemicals, and microplastics. PFAS are linked to serious health risks, including cancer, hormone disruption, and immune system issues. Microplastics, tiny plastic particles, have been detected in nearly every bottle tested, raising alarms among scientists and health experts. In fact, a 2018 study by Orb Media found that Nestlé Pure Life had among the highest microplastic counts of any bottled water brand tested, sometimes more than 10,000 particles per liter. Parents and health-conscious shoppers have shared stories of switching brands after learning about these findings, worried about the long-term effects on their families. Around the world, consumers have reported odd tastes, plastic smells, and even visible particles floating in their bottles. The Pure Life Pure Wise name is pure marketing, not reality. Don't be fooled by the label or the global reach. Listen to real consumers, check independent test results, and make informed choices for your health and your family's well-being. Number 10 is Perrier. Perrier, the iconic French sparkling water, has long been associated with luxury and sophistication, but in 1990, its reputation took a massive hit when the company was forced to recall over 160 million bottles worldwide. The reason? Benzene, a dangerous cancer-causing chemical, was detected in its water. This global recall was one of the largest in beverage history and sent shockwaves through the industry. Investigations revealed that a faulty charcoal filter at one of Perrier's bottling plants allowed benzene, which is used in industrial processes and is highly toxic, to contaminate the water. The scandal not only shattered consumer trust, but also forced Perrier to completely overhaul its filtration and quality control systems to prevent future contamination. Fast forward to today, and Perrier is once again under scrutiny, this time for the presence of PFAS, or per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, in its bottled water. PFAS are a group of man-made chemicals known as forever chemicals because they don't break down in the environment or the human body. Exposure to PFAS has been linked to a range of health issues, including cancer, hormone disruption, and immune system problems. Recent independent lab tests have detected measurable levels of PFAS in Perrier, raising new concerns about the safety of this so-called premium water. Despite its upscale branding and iconic green bottle, Perrier's history is marred by repeated chemical contamination issues. The company's image may suggest purity and elegance, but the facts tell a different story. Even today, consumers should be aware that what's inside that famous bottle may not be as clean or safe as it appears. Number 9 is LaCroix, a drink you've probably seen everywhere, from grocery store shelves to social media feeds. But it's not just LaCroix. Many bottled water brands have come under increasing scrutiny for what's actually inside the bottle or can, far beyond what the label suggests. Marketed as all natural, LaCroix faced lawsuits after independent lab tests reportedly found synthetic ingredients, including traces of substances used in insecticides. This raised serious questions about the accuracy of all natural claims. Experts warn that terms like all natural and pure are not strictly regulated, and companies can use them even if their products contain unexpected chemicals. In fact, a 2018 class action lawsuit alleged that LaCroix contained artificial ingredients despite its marketing. One of the most concerning findings was the presence of PFAS, per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, sometimes called forever chemicals, because they don't break down in the environment or the human body. PFAS have been linked to a range of health risks, including hormone disruption, immune system effects, and even certain cancers. LaCroix was found to contain PFAS in independent tests, but it's not alone. Other popular brands like Aquafina and Nestlé Pure Life have also been flagged for PFAS contamination in studies by organizations such as Consumer Reports and the Environmental Working Group. The pure, healthy image that these brands have carefully cultivated has taken a major hit. As more information comes to light, many consumers feel misled and frustrated, unsure of which brands to trust or what's really in their drink. Social media and news outlets have amplified these concerns, leading to a growing demand for transparency in the bottled water industry. Remember, natural flavor doesn't always mean it's actually safe or free from synthetic chemicals. Experts strongly recommend looking for brands that publish their water quality reports and undergo independent, third-party testing. This transparency is key to ensuring you're actually getting what you expect: clean, safe water. Before you buy, take a moment to research the brand's testing practices and ingredient disclosures. Your health could depend on it. Number 8 on our list is Canada Dry Sparkling Seltzer, but it's not the only one you should be concerned about. Other popular comfort drinks like La Croix and Perrier have also come under increasing scrutiny in recent years. These brands are household names, often chosen for their refreshing taste and perceived purity, but recent investigations have revealed a troubling reality. Recent independent lab tests have detected PFAS, short for per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, often called forever chemicals. In these well-known beverages, PFAS are a group of man-made chemicals that don't break down easily in the environment or the human body, and have been linked to serious health risks, including cancer, immune system suppression, and developmental issues in children. Canada Dry, La Croix, and even some Perrier products have all tested positive for these contaminants, raising concerns among health experts and consumers alike. What's even more alarming is that these dangerous chemicals aren't always listed on the label. Alongside PFAS, studies have also found microplastics, tiny plastic particles that can enter your body and accumulate over time, as well as traces of heavy metals like arsenic and lead in some bottled waters. These contaminants can pose long-term health risks, especially for children, pregnant women, and people with compromised immune systems. The bottom line? Just because a brand is familiar or widely available doesn't mean it's safe. Contamination can happen at any stage, from the source to the bottling process, and even the most trusted brands can be affected. Always stay informed by checking for recent contamination reports, recalls, and independent test results before you reach for your comfort drink. Your health could depend on it. Number 7 is Poland Spring. Poland Spring, one of the most recognizable bottled water brands in the United States, has faced a series of lawsuits over the years, most notably a major class action suit. The core allegation, that Poland Spring was bottling ordinary groundwater and passing it off as genuine spring water. According to court documents, plaintiffs argued that the company's so-called springs were actually man-made wells, not the natural, pristine sources that the brand's marketing suggested. In fact, some of the water sources were reportedly miles away from the original Poland Spring in Maine, which the brand was named after. The controversy didn't stop at misleading marketing. Independent laboratory tests have detected the presence of PFAS, also known as forever chemicals, in some bottles of Poland Spring water. PFAS are a group of synthetic chemicals that don't break down in the environment and have been linked to serious health risks, including cancer, immune system effects, and developmental issues in children. The EPA and other health agencies have issued warnings about the dangers of PFAS in drinking water, making their presence in bottled water especially concerning for consumers who expect purity and safety. With mounting evidence of misleading claims about its water sources and the detection of PFAS contamination, Poland Spring's reputation for honesty and safety has taken a major hit. Consumers are left questioning whether they can trust what's on the label. Don't be fooled by the name. Always look deeper into where your bottled water really comes from and what's in it. Number 6 on our list is Bubbly, the popular sparkling water brand owned by PepsiCo. Bubbly has become a household name, thanks in part to its playful branding, vibrant cans, and high-profile celebrity endorsements like Michael Bublé. But behind the fun image, there's a serious concern that many consumers aren't aware of. Recent independent laboratory tests have detected measurable levels of PFAS, short for per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, in Bubbly sparkling water. PFAS are a group of man-made chemicals, often called forever chemicals, because they don't break down easily in the environment or the human body. These substances have been linked to a range of health risks, including certain cancers, immune system suppression, thyroid disorders, and developmental issues in children. To put it in perspective, the Environmental Protection Agency and other health organizations have set extremely low safety thresholds for PFAS in drinking water, sometimes as low as a few parts per trillion, because even tiny amounts can accumulate over time and pose health risks. The lab results for Bubbly showed PFAS levels that exceed what many health experts consider safe for regular consumption. Despite PepsiCo's massive marketing campaigns and the brand's lighthearted image, these findings suggest that every can of Bubbly could be exposing consumers to potentially harmful contaminants. This is especially concerning because PFAS are not easily filtered out by the body, and their effects can build up with repeated exposure. It's a stark reminder that even the most colorful packaging and catchy ads can't guarantee product safety. Big companies sometimes cut corners or fail to address emerging contaminants, leaving consumers at risk, often without their knowledge. If you're concerned about what's in your sparkling water, it's important to look beyond the branding and check for independent testing and transparency from the manufacturer. With PFAS contamination making headlines across the country, it's more important than ever to stay informed about what you're drinking. Number 5 is Polar Seltzer. Founded in Worcester, Massachusetts in 1882, Polar Seltzer has been a beloved New England staple for generations, famous for its crisp bubbles, creative flavors, and iconic branding. The Crowley family, who still owns and operates the company, built their reputation on quality, local pride, and a commitment to tradition, making Polar a fixture at picnics, parties, and family gatherings across the region. But even this trusted family-owned brand has a dirty secret that many loyal fans may not know about. Recent independent laboratory tests have consistently detected the presence of PFAS, also known as forever chemicals, in Polar Seltzer's drinks. PFAS, or per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, are a group of man-made chemicals that have been widely used in manufacturing for decades due to their resistance to heat, water, and oil. Unfortunately, these same properties make PFAS extremely persistent in the environment and in the human body, where they can accumulate over time. Exposure to PFAS has been linked to a range of health concerns, including immune system suppression, hormone disruption, increased cholesterol, and even certain cancers. The EPA and other health agencies have issued advisories and are working to set stricter limits on PFAS in drinking water, but contamination remains a widespread issue. The fact that Polar Seltzer, despite its deep roots, loyal following, and reputation for quality, has been found to contain these chemicals is a sobering reminder. Even the most iconic brands, with generations of trust behind them, aren't immune to the challenges of modern contamination. Reputation and tradition alone don't always guarantee purity or safety. As consumers, it's important to look beyond the label and stay informed about what's really in our favorite drinks. Number 4 on our list is Aquafina, a brand owned by PepsiCo and one of the most recognizable bottled waters in the world. What many people don't realize is that Aquafina is essentially just municipal tap water that's been filtered and bottled. In fact, after public pressure, PepsiCo was forced to admit that Aquafina's source is nothing more than public water supplies, just like the water that comes out of your kitchen faucet. The company uses a process called reverse osmosis to purify the water, but at its core, it's still city tap water, not water from a pristine mountain spring as the branding might suggest. But here's where things get even more concerning. Multiple independent studies, including a major investigation by Orb Media, have found that Aquafina is among the worst offenders when it comes to microplastic contamination. In fact, one study found that over 90% of bottled water brands, including Aquafina, contain tiny plastic particles. These microplastics can come from the bottles themselves, the caps, or even the bottling process, and they end up in the water you drink, posing potential health risks that scientists are only beginning to understand. So, when you buy Aquafina, you're not just paying a premium price for what's basically filtered tap water. You're also getting a dose of microplastics, all packaged in a single-use plastic bottle. In fact, bottled water can cost hundreds or even thousands of times more than tap water, despite offering little to no added benefit, and in some cases, even more risk. Next time you reach for a bottle of Aquafina, remember, you might be better off just turning on the tap. Number 3 on our list is Dasani by Coca-Cola, a bottled water brand that's become infamous for all the wrong reasons. Since its launch in 1999, Dasani has faced a wave of criticism and controversy, and it's consistently ranked among the most disliked bottled waters in the world. Unlike many premium brands that source their water from natural springs or underground aquifers, Dasani is essentially just filtered municipal tap water. Coca-Cola adds a blend of minerals, like magnesium sulfate, potassium chloride, and salt, to enhance the taste, but this process doesn't make it any purer or healthier. In fact, studies have found that Dasani contains a significant amount of microplastics, which has raised health concerns among consumers and environmentalists alike. Many people complain that Dasani has a strange, almost metallic or chemical aftertaste, which is often attributed to the added minerals. Some even report feeling thirstier after drinking it, possibly due to the sodium content. The internet is full of memes and jokes mocking Dasani's flavor, and in countless blind taste tests, it consistently ranks at the bottom. Reviewers frequently describe the taste as off. artificial, or unpleasant. Online reviews are filled with complaints about Dasani's flavor, and blind taste tests rarely favor it. In fact, some stores have even reported that Dasani bottles are often left untouched on shelves, while other brands sell out. With so many negative reviews and no unique benefits, it's hard to find a good reason to choose Dasani over other bottled waters. If you care about taste, purity, or value, you're probably better off skipping this one altogether. Number 2 on our list is Essentia Alkaline Water, a brand you've probably seen everywhere, from gym bags to celebrity Instagram posts. With its sleek black and white bottle and endorsements from athletes and influencers, Essentia has built a reputation as the go-to water for those seeking a health boost. Essentia claims its water is purified through a proprietary process that removes acidic ions and infuses the water with electrolytes, resulting in a high pH of around 9.5. The company suggests this alkaline water can improve hydration, balance your body's pH, and even enhance athletic performance. But what does the science actually say? Multiple peer-reviewed studies have shown that drinking alkaline water does not significantly alter your body's pH. That's because your kidneys and lungs work constantly to keep your blood pH tightly regulated, no matter what you drink or eat. The idea that you can alkalize your body simply by drinking water with a higher pH is a myth not supported by credible scientific evidence, and it gets worse. Independent lab tests have detected microplastics in Essentia bottles, raising concerns about the safety and purity of the product. In blind taste tests, many consumers say Essentia tastes almost identical to regular tap water, except it comes with a much steeper price tag. In fact, some reports suggest that Essentia's source water is municipal tap water that's been filtered and processed, not some pristine mountain spring. Bottom line, the overwhelming consensus from scientists, health experts, and real-world consumers is clear. Essentia's alkaline claims are more about marketing hype than actual health benefits. With questionable purity, misleading advertising, and a price that's hard to justify, Essentia stands out as one of the biggest bottled water scams in the industry. Don't be fooled by the label. Save your money and stick to trusted sources. Taking the top spot as the worst bottled water you can buy is Core Hydration. Core Hydration aggressively markets its so-called perfect pH of 7.4, claiming it matches your body's natural pH balance. But here's the truth. Your body is already an expert at regulating its own pH, regardless of what you drink. Medical professionals and nutritionists agree that consuming water with a specific pH has no proven health benefits for the average person. The perfect pH label is just a marketing gimmick designed to make the product seem special, when in reality, it offers no measurable advantage. What's even more concerning is what's actually inside the bottle. Independent lab tests, including a widely cited 2018 study by Orb Media, found that over 90% of bottled waters tested, including Core Hydration, contained microplastics. In fact, Core Hydration was found to have microplastic levels sometimes higher than the industry average. These tiny plastic particles can come from the bottling process, packaging, or even the water source itself, and their long-term health effects are still being studied. Despite its sleek bottle and premium price tag, Core Hydration is essentially just filtered tap water. The company uses municipal water sources, runs the water through a filtration process, and then adds minerals for taste. Consumer advocates and nutritionists point out that you're paying a significant markup for water that's not fundamentally different from what comes out of your own faucet at home. The flashy branding and scientific-sounding claims are designed to justify the higher price, but there's no real benefit to the consumer. With misleading marketing, documented microplastic contamination, and no added value over regular tap water, Core Hydration stands out as the #1 bottled water to avoid. Experts recommend skipping Core Hydration altogether, save your money, and opt for filtered tap water instead. Now, for the good news. Number 10 on our list of the best bottled waters is Spindrift, a brand that's become a favorite among sparkling water fans for its unique approach to flavor and quality. Unlike most other flavored waters, which often rely on vague, natural flavors or artificial additives, Spindrift sets itself apart by using only real fruit juice to flavor its sparkling water. This means you can actually see the juice in the can, and you know exactly what you're drinking. No hidden chemicals or synthetic ingredients. Independent laboratory tests have consistently shown that Spindrift contains extremely low or even non-detectable levels of PFAS. Those are the so-called forever chemicals that have raised health concerns in many other bottled water brands. This makes Spindrift a much safer choice for anyone concerned about water purity. The ingredient list is refreshingly simple, just sparkling water and a splash of real fruit juice. There are no added sugars, no artificial sweeteners, and no preservatives, just clean, transparent ingredients you can trust. If you're looking for a safe, delicious, and genuinely natural flavored sparkling water, Spindrift is an excellent choice. It's perfect for those who want a refreshing drink without worrying about hidden additives or contaminants. Fans rave about Spindrift's crisp, natural taste, often saying it's the only sparkling water they'll buy. Many reviewers highlight that it's not overly sweet, and they appreciate the short, easy-to-understand ingredient list. The visible fruit juice gives it a slightly cloudy appearance, which reassures customers that it's made with real ingredients. With thousands of 5-star reviews and a loyal following, Spindrift stands out for its real fruit flavor, ingredient transparency, and commitment to quality. It's a brand you can feel good about choosing for yourself and your family. Number 9 is San Pellegrino. San Pellegrino is one of the world's most iconic sparkling water brands, with a legacy that stretches back to 1899. Its roots are deeply embedded in the picturesque town of San Pellegrino Terme, nestled in the foothills of the Italian Alps, in northern Italy. The brand's history is intertwined with the region's culture and tradition, and its distinctive green bottle has become a symbol of Italian elegance and quality. The water itself is sourced from deep underground springs that are naturally filtered through layers of dolomite and volcanic rock. As the water travels through these mineral-rich formations, it absorbs a unique blend of minerals, including calcium, magnesium, and bicarbonate. This natural process not only gives San Pellegrino its signature crispness and subtle effervescence, but also imparts healthful properties that set it apart from many other sparkling waters. Unlike many carbonated waters that are artificially infused with CO2, San Pellegrino's gentle bubbles are the result of natural carbonation, which occurs as the water rises to the surface. This creates a refined, refreshing mouthfeel that has made it a staple at fine dining establishments and on tables around the globe. San Pellegrino is also committed to maintaining the purity and safety of its product. Independent laboratory tests have consistently shown that San Pellegrino contains very low or non-detectable levels of PFAS, harmful chemicals sometimes found in other bottled waters. Additionally, the brand primarily uses glass bottles, which not only help preserve the water's taste and mineral content, but also reduce the risk of chemical leaching that can occur with plastic packaging. The combination of its long-standing reputation, naturally sourced mineral content, and rigorous safety standards make San Pellegrino a trustworthy choice for those seeking both quality and peace of mind. Its clean, mineral-rich profile and sparkling clarity offer genuine health benefits, making it much more than just a beverage. It's a celebration of Italian heritage and a testament to the value of natural purity. Number 8 on our list is Sparkling Ice, specifically the black raspberry flavor. This beverage stands out for its zero sugar content, making it a go-to choice for those who want a sweet fizzy drink without the calories or blood sugar spikes associated with regular sodas. Instead of sugar, Sparkling Ice uses sucralose, a popular artificial sweetener that provides sweetness without adding extra carbs or calories. What really sets Sparkling Ice apart is its safety profile. Recent independent laboratory tests found zero detectable PFAS. Those are the so-called forever chemicals linked to health risks in this drink. That's a big deal since PFAS contamination has become a growing concern in many bottled beverages. On top of that, Sparkling Ice is fortified with added vitamins and antioxidants, including vitamin D and several B vitamins, which can help support your immune system and energy levels. For anyone looking to cut back on sugary sodas or avoid artificial colors and preservatives, Sparkling Ice is a fun, sweet beverage you can enjoy without worrying about toxic chemicals. Its fruity flavors like black raspberry have made it a favorite among people searching for a healthier soda alternative. The drink's light carbonation and bold taste make it especially appealing for those who want something refreshing and flavorful, but still health-conscious. All things considered, Sparkling Ice is definitely one of the cleanest and tastiest flavored options you'll find on the shelf. Its commitment to quality ingredients, zero sugar, and no detectable PFAS, has helped it earn a loyal following. In fact, its popularity keeps growing every year, as more people discover it as a safe, delicious, and refreshing alternative to traditional sodas and sugary drinks. Number 7 is Icelandic Glacial. This premium bottled water is sourced directly from Iceland's legendary Ölfus Spring, which is considered one of the world's largest and most pristine natural springs. The Ölfus Spring was formed over 5,000 years ago by powerful volcanic eruptions, and since then, it has been naturally protected by an impenetrable layer of ancient lava rock. This unique geological barrier acts as a natural filter, shielding the spring from surface pollution and ensuring that the water remains exceptionally pure as it travels through layers of volcanic rock. Icelandic glacial water is naturally alkaline, with a pH of 8.4, which many believe can help neutralize acidity in the body and support overall wellness. The company regularly tests its water for contaminants, heavy metals, and microplastics, and the results consistently show extremely low, often undetectable levels of impurities. In fact, Icelandic Glacial is recognized for its exceptionally low total dissolved solids, TDS, which is a key indicator of water purity. Beyond its purity, Icelandic Glacial is also committed to environmental sustainability. The company uses 100% natural green energy in its bottling process, and its facility is certified as carbon neutral for both product and operations. The bottles are made from recyclable materials, and the brand actively supports efforts to reduce plastic waste. With its combination of volcanic origin, natural filtration, high alkalinity, and strong environmental ethics, Icelandic Glacial stands out as a premium bottled water choice for those seeking both purity and sustainability. Number 6 is Evian. Evian is one of the most iconic bottled water brands in the world, with a rich heritage that dates all the way back to 1826. It was first bottled in the picturesque French Alps, a region renowned for its pristine natural environment. The source of Evian water is the Cachat Spring, located in Evian-les-Bains, France, where the water begins its journey high in the mountains. What sets Evian apart is its unique natural filtration process. The water travels through layers of glacial rocks for over 15 years, slowly absorbing a balanced blend of minerals along the way. This natural filtration not only ensures exceptional purity, but also imparts a distinctive mineral profile. Evian contains essential minerals such as calcium, magnesium, and bicarbonates, which contribute to its crisp, refreshing taste and make it a healthy hydration choice. Evian is regularly tested for quality and is known for its consistently low levels of contaminants, making it a trusted option for those who prioritize purity. The brand's commitment to quality control and sustainable sourcing has helped it maintain a reputation for excellence for nearly 2 centuries. Today, Evian is enjoyed by people all over the globe and is often associated with luxury, wellness, and a healthy lifestyle. Its long-standing reputation, combined with its naturally balanced mineral content and refreshing taste, make Evian a classic and truly pure spring water choice that continues to stand the test of time. Number 5 is Gerolsteiner. Founded in 1888 in the volcanic Eifel region of Germany, Gerolsteiner has a long-standing reputation for quality and purity. The water is sourced from deep underground springs, naturally filtered through layers of volcanic rock, which enriches it with a unique mineral profile. Gerolsteiner is a naturally carbonated sparkling water, renowned for its high mineral content. Each liter contains about 348 milligrams of calcium, 108 milligrams of magnesium, and over 1,800 milligrams of bicarbonate. These minerals not only contribute to its crisp, refreshing taste, but also support bone health, muscle function, and acid-base balance in the body. To guarantee safety and quality, Gerolsteiner conducts over 400 rigorous tests every single day. These tests screen for contaminants like PFAS, heavy metals, and microplastics. Independent laboratory reports consistently confirm that Gerolsteiner is free from harmful substances and maintains a balanced, mineral composition, making it one of the purest bottled waters available. Consumers and health experts alike praise Gerolsteiner for its crisp, clean taste and impressive health benefits. Many users report improved hydration, better muscle recovery, and enhanced overall well-being thanks to its rich mineral content. For those seeking more than just hydration, Gerolsteiner stands out as a natural health supplement in a bottle, trusted for over a century. Number 4. Mountain Valley Spring Water. Sourced from a single, protected spring deep in the Ouachita Mountains of Arkansas, Mountain Valley Spring Water is renowned for its pristine quality and natural purity. The water is filtered naturally through granite-based aquifers, which helps it acquire a unique mineral composition and a crisp, refreshing taste. Since its founding in 1871, Mountain Valley has maintained a commitment to bottling at the source, ensuring that every bottle delivers the same high standard of quality that has made it a favorite for over 150 years. Unlike many brands that use plastic, Mountain Valley Spring Water is bottled exclusively in glass, which not only preserves the water's natural taste, but also prevents any leaching of chemicals. The water features a naturally balanced pH, typically around 7.3 to 7.7, and is rich in essential minerals like calcium, magnesium, and potassium. These minerals are vital for supporting hydration, bone health, and muscle function, making Mountain Valley a smart choice for those seeking both purity and nutritional benefits. Rigorous independent lab testing has consistently shown non-detectable levels of PFAS and other contaminants, reinforcing Mountain Valley's reputation for safety and trustworthiness. Over the decades, it has been served in the White House and enjoyed by celebrities, athletes, and health-conscious consumers alike. With its rich heritage, unwavering quality standards, and commitment to environmental responsibility, Mountain Valley Spring Water stands as a premium, healthful American classic that continues to be enjoyed by generations. Number 3 is Voss. Voss water is sourced from a deep protected artesian well located in the untouched wilderness of southern Norway, a region known for its pristine environment and strict environmental regulations. The water is naturally filtered through layers of ancient rock and sand, which act as a natural barrier against pollutants, ensuring that the water remains exceptionally pure before it is even bottled. This unique geological protection means Voss water consistently tests for extremely low levels of contaminants, such as nitrates, heavy metals, and microplastics, especially when bottled in glass, which further preserves its purity and taste. The brand's iconic cylindrical glass bottle, designed by Neil Kraft, is inspired by Scandinavian minimalism and luxury, making it instantly recognizable and a symbol of elegance on restaurant tables and in high-end hotels around the world. Voss is not just about looks. Its commitment to quality and purity has earned it a loyal following among health-conscious consumers and those who appreciate both style and substance in their bottled water. If you're looking for a water brand that delivers on both exceptional quality and sophisticated design, Voss is a top choice. Number 2 is Just Water. Just Water is a brand that has made a name for itself by putting environmental responsibility at the forefront of its mission. Founded in 2015 by Jaden Smith and his father Will Smith, the company was created in response to the growing problem of plastic pollution and the need for more sustainable alternatives in the bottled water industry. What truly sets Just Water apart is its innovative packaging. The carton is made from 82% renewable resources, including plant-based plastic, derived from sugarcane and paper sourced from forests certified by the Forest Stewardship Council. This means that the majority of the packaging comes from materials that can be regrown and replenished, significantly reducing the reliance on fossil fuels and the environmental impact associated with traditional plastic bottles. The cap, also made from sugarcane, is a small but important detail that further reduces the product's carbon footprint. In fact, Just Water's entire production process is designed to minimize emissions, with the company investing in renewable energy and offsetting its carbon output through responsible sourcing and manufacturing practices. The water itself is 100% spring water, sourced from the Adirondack Mountains in upstate New York. This region is renowned for its clean, mineral-rich springs, and Just Water undergoes rigorous testing to ensure purity and safety. The result is a crisp, refreshing taste that has earned high marks from consumers and water connoisseurs alike. Transparency is another core value for Just Water. The company openly shares information about its sourcing, packaging, and sustainability efforts, building trust with environmentally conscious customers. Reviews frequently highlight the brand's honesty, as well as its dedication to reducing single-use plastic waste and supporting community initiatives, such as local cleanups and reforestation projects. Just Water has received numerous awards for its eco-friendly packaging and has become a favorite among those seeking a bottled water option that aligns with their values. If you're looking for a great-tasting water that goes above and beyond in its commitment to the planet, Just water is a top choice, offering not just hydration, but a meaningful step toward a more sustainable future. When it comes to bottled water, not all brands are created equal. After extensive research and independent testing, Flow Alkaline Spring Water stands out as the cleanest and safest bottled water available today. Flow is sourced from a naturally protected artesian spring, which means the water is filtered through layers of rock, picking up essential minerals like calcium, magnesium, and potassium along the way. This natural filtration process not only gives Flow its smooth, refreshing taste, but also ensures it is naturally alkaline, with a pH of 8.1. What truly sets Flow apart is its commitment to purity and safety. Independent laboratory tests have confirmed that Flow contains absolutely no harmful contaminants, heavy metals or microplastics, common issues found in many other bottled water brands. In fact, Flow's water is tested regularly for over 100 different potential contaminants to ensure it meets the highest safety standards. Another major advantage is Flow's eco-conscious packaging. Unlike most bottled waters that use single-use plastic, Flow is packaged in a renewable, plant-based carton that is 100% recyclable and free from BPA and other harmful chemicals. This means there's no risk of plastic leaching into your water, even after long periods of storage. According to a 2023 study published in the Water Quality Research Journal, Flow's packaging maintained water purity and prevented chemical migration, even after several months. Extensive testing has also shown that Flow contains zero PFAS, dangerous forever chemicals linked to health risks, which are still found in many popular bottled water brands. Nutritionists and health experts consistently recommend Flow for its unmatched safety, purity, and mineral content. With its naturally alkaline profile, essential minerals, and rigorous safety standards, Flow is the complete package, pure, clean, and environmentally friendly. It's a brand trusted by families, recommended by experts, and backed by science. If you want the best for your health and the planet, Flow Alkaline Spring Water is the clear winner. Now you know, 25 bottled water brands to avoid, and 10 you can trust. But simply knowing the names isn't enough. Protecting yourself and your family from harmful contaminants in bottled water requires a few smart steps and a little background knowledge. First, always read the label carefully. Look for the source of the water, spring, artesian, or municipal, and check the list of ingredients. Some brands add minerals for taste, but others may include additives you don't want. Third-party certifications, like NSF International or the International Bottled Water Association, IBWA, mean the water has been independently tested for safety and quality. Brands without these certifications may not meet the highest standards. Whenever possible, choose glass bottles or eco-friendly cartons instead of plastic. Plastic bottles can leach chemicals like BPA and phthalates, especially if exposed to heat or sunlight. Glass and cartons are safer for you and better for the environment. Be wary of brands that don't clearly disclose their water source or provide recent testing results. Transparency is a sign of trustworthiness. If a company hides this information, it's a red flag. Use resources, like the Environmental Working Group's water database, to look up your favorite brands. This database compiles independent test results and can alert you to contaminants like arsenic, PFAS, and microplastics that may not be listed on the label. If you're still unsure about the safety of your bottled water, consider investing in a home water filter. Look for filters certified to remove contaminants such as arsenic, lead, chlorine, and microplastics. This adds an extra layer of protection, especially if you rely on tap water or questionable bottled brands. Finally, share this video with friends and family, hit like, and subscribe to our channel. The more people know about the risks and how to choose safe bottled water, the healthier and safer our communities will be. Stay informed, stay safe, and make every sip count. But wait, there's even more unfolding right now in the world of bottled water. Just this year, scientists in Europe discovered microplastic particles in nearly every major bottled water brand tested, including some claiming to be ultra-pure. Microplastics are tiny plastic fragments less than 5 millimeters in length, often resulting from the breakdown of larger plastic debris. The shocking part, these tiny plastics aren't just from the water source, they're leaching from the bottles themselves. This means that even if the water starts out clean, it can become contaminated by the very container meant to keep it safe. Meanwhile, in the United States, a whistleblower lawsuit has rocked the industry, exposing how some brands allegedly falsified test results to hide levels of PFAS. those notorious forever chemicals. PFAS, or per- and polyfluoroalkyl substances, are a group of man-made chemicals that have been linked to various health issues, including cancer and liver damage. Regulators are investigating, but until new standards are enforced, your best defense is staying informed and skeptical. Always read labels carefully and look for third-party certifications that verify the water's purity. And in the UK, the Competition and Markets Authority has launched a crackdown on misleading green claims, targeting brands that pretend to be sustainable while bottling ordinary tap water. Greenwashing is a deceptive practice where a company falsely promotes their products as environmentally friendly. The message is clear: the bottled water landscape is changing fast, and not always for the better. The environmental impact of plastic waste and the potential health risks from contaminants are becoming increasingly evident. Recent studies have also highlighted the presence of harmful bacteria in some bottled water brands, raising new health concerns. Bacteria can proliferate in bottled water if it is not stored properly, or if the bottling process is not adequately sanitized. Experts recommend opting for brands with transparent sourcing and rigorous testing protocols. Look for brands that disclose their water sources and provide detailed information about their purification processes. So, as new controversies break and science reveals more hidden dangers, make it a habit to check the latest news and research before you buy. Staying informed can help you make safer and more environmentally responsible choices. Your health and the planet depend on it. You've heard about the scandals, the recalls, and the headlines that make you question what's really inside your bottle, but let's pull back the curtain even further and see what the bottled water industry truly hopes you never discover. Did you know that many bottled water companies use the exact same filtration systems as municipal tap water plants? In fact, the Environmental Protection Agency has reported that nearly 45% of bottled water sold in the US is actually sourced from municipal supplies. Yet, these companies can charge up to 2,000 times more than what you'd pay for tap water at home, simply by bottling and branding it. And here's a secret the industry rarely admits: the term spring water is loosely regulated. According to FDA guidelines, water labeled as spring water only needs to be collected from an underground formation flowing naturally to the surface, or even just near a spring. It doesn't have to be bottled directly at the source. That means your pristine bottle, adorned with images of mountain streams and untouched wilderness, could actually be filled miles away from any real spring, sometimes even after being piped or trucked from a distant location. But it's not all doom and gloom. There are ways to make smarter choices and protect yourself from misleading marketing. Start by researching brands before you buy. Look for companies that are transparent about their water sources and purification processes. Don't be afraid to read the fine print on labels or visit company websites for more information. Always look for brands that publish independent lab results online. These reports can reveal the presence of contaminants, minerals, and even the pH level of the water. Transparency is your best friend when it comes to choosing safe bottled water. Check the packaging for bottling dates and storage recommendations. Bottled water stored in heat or direct sunlight can leach chemicals from the plastic into the water, especially if it sits on a shelf for months. The FDA recommends storing bottled water in a cool, dark place and using it before the expiration date. And if you spot vague terms like purified or enhanced with minerals, dig deeper. Purified water often means it's just tap water that's been filtered, and enhanced with minerals can be a marketing ploy to make ordinary water sound premium. Don't let fancy labels fool you. Always check for specifics. Perhaps the biggest industry secret, despite all the branding, packaging, and price differences, the actual taste and quality of bottled water often isn't much different from what comes out of your tap. In blind taste tests, most people can't tell the difference between bottled water and filtered tap water. In fact, studies have shown that many participants actually prefer the taste of tap water, or can't distinguish it from expensive brands. So, investing in a good home water filter may be the safest and most cost-effective choice. Home filters can remove contaminants, improve taste, and save you hundreds of dollars a year compared to buying bottled water. Remember, flashy marketing and premium packaging don't guarantee purity or safety. The real value is in the quality of the water, not the label. Now that you know the truth, it's time to take action. Don't just settle for what's on the shelf. Empower yourself and your family by making informed choices. research your water, demand transparency, and share this knowledge with others. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more eye-opening content, and share your experiences or questions in the comments below. Your health and your wallet deserve better than empty promises. Stay curious, stay